So, just hours after the murder of Renee Nicole Good, around 3 miles away from the scene of the crime at around 3:30 p.m. Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, Border Patrol agents deployed tear gas and other chemical irritants onto the campus of Roosevelt High School while students and faculty were present. Now, the story that DHS is trying to use to justify this abuse of power is allegedly a U.S. citizen was impeding on Border Patrol operations. I guess the U.S. citizen rammed their car into a Border Patrol agent's vehicle, and then that led to a 5 mile pursuit through the city, which ended at Roosevelt High School. Now, this pursuit should not have been escalated by the agents. The agents should have been taught to de-escalate pursuits that threaten the well-being of a community, because that is what officers, our law enforcement, are taught to do. They're taught to pick and choose when to pursue a vehicle through a community, and they're taught to pursue vehicles only whenever it does not threaten the well-being of a community. So this should not have even gotten up to this point. But witness accounts say that generally the agents were extremely volatile. They were escalating the situation. Witness accounts say that they were shouting at and threatening students. They were pushing people. A witness said that she was pushed into an icy puddle by federal agents, despite the fact that she was just standing there silently for the most part, filming everything. A student said that the agents were being extremely aggressive and that they were the root of a lot of the violence, and that they just like to show dominance over the people by simply just lingering to intimidate. And the Border Patrol agents actually arrested a teacher for allegedly assaulting them, except the teacher was later released that day without further persecution, and which is very telling to the fact that he didn't actually assault an officer or he would have been persecuted. And there's no evidence that the teacher assaulted anyone, despite the fact that there were cameras everywhere. And a former student was actually there, and he was filming whenever another student threw a snowball in the direction of some of the agents arresting someone, and a bystanding agent shot him point blank with tear gas, which is just a incredibly serious infringement of human rights. It's just a moral fallacy, especially because he's a child and he did not pose a deadly threat or a serious injury. And DHS is trying to claim that there was no use of tear gas involved. However, video evidence shows otherwise. Video evidence shows that's a straight up lie. And under international agreements, the use of tear gas is strictly prohibited, and it's because of its devastating health effects that include blindness, chemical burns, respiratory failure, death, and in some cases, it's been linked to miscarriage. And international law states that, quote, law enforcement should delay direct contact or engagement with the public if that would make the need to use force or the potential for violent outcomes less likely, and if the delay causes no danger to the individual posing the threat or to others. And in this situation, where a child threw a snowball at a federal agent that is posing a threat to his community, this federal agent should have known better if he was truly trained like they say they are. And it's just very clear that the DHS cannot be trusted, that they're a bunch of liars, because they say at no point was a school, students, or staff targeted, but it's very clear with the videos and with what actually happened that faculty was targeted, students were targeted. This literally happened on a school campus. Um, this is just a disgusting abuse of power by the Trump administration, by the Department of Homeland Security. Please stop indiscriminately supporting law enforcement just because they're called law enforcement. Um, this is just disgusting, and this is just another case of lies by federal power, and it's just another case of an abuse of federal power.